Hi there, artisans! Welcome back to this channel. This is Rochelle Rosenberg. I want to share with you new techniques and new ideas. So come and hang around with me.
On point. Now is my time to shine.
So our topic for today is about colors and the techniques that is included in it. I know that it's frustrating whenever you buy a whole package of painting set and then you got probably 12 colors in it and one of them ran out and you don't know what to do next. So this is the primary red, blue, yellow, black and white. So this is all what you really need to start with, because learning the colors and learning how to blend them will give you much more experience through time, and it will give you a lot of savings as well in your pocket. So now don't be confused with this color and here, because here we started with the blue, mixed it with red and a little bit of yellow to make it gray. All right, so it depends on how you mix the colors and how you experiment, and then upgraded it with a little bit of white to make it a little bit lighter gray. Now in here we started with some drop of red and then blue, and by mixing it, it becomes violet. So let's put a little bit of more red, and you can see that we actually create a little bit of violet. Okay, that's quite dark violet there. Put more a little bit there. Okay, and we put a little bit of white. Okay, there you go. So this is very, very dark. Now I want to wash my brush and I'm gonna upgrade it with a little bit of white. There you go. And a little bit of red, probably more. So now this is a little bit more of a violet hue. Okay, it's very dark violet, so the more you put a little bit of white, the more it becomes lighter. Okay, now I've got too much white in it, so what I'm gonna do is to put blue and then red. Okay, now I'm back to the color again, but now I've seen that the color is back more to blue rather than violet, so I'm gonna put a little bit more of the red. Alright, so now as you can see, it's more of the color that I want. Right? Now we've created this kind of color. It's like the green, the orange, the gray and the violet. Okay, so what we're gonna do is to show you the differences of this gray to the gray from the black. Now we'll just have to put black here and a little bit of white. So this gray is very, very dark compared to this. Whenever you're gonna create a shadow, this is too much dark, right? So just observe the shadow of my hand. This is my hand and there's the shadow. So if you're gonna draw my hand and create the shadow also underneath it, you cannot create that kind of shadow here, but you have to grab from here. You can upgrade it from the darkest to light. So we're gonna start with the yellow and then we're gonna mix it with the red. So if you have your palette, you can just mix it this way. Okay, and remember that your brush is drying so fast, so all the colors sticks in between of the hair. So what you have to do is to never forget to wash your brush in between. Okay, and I'm usually wiping it here because I don't want the colors to be in there. So that's how neat I am with my brush. So now we're gonna create pink, then we have to use the red. So the basic color of pink is red. Let's say it's a cherry blossom flower you want to create. Now we know that if you get the red, it will be so dark red, or it will be very, very strong red, so we have to add a little bit of white. And by adding a little bit of white, you can actually see the changes of the colors. Okay, right, so you can see from this side that I have created the red. So that's the red color. All right, now what if we're gonna create darker red? So by darker red, I usually do it this way. I'm gonna put a little bit of blue in it. So that's how I do the dark red. Okay, so this is what I use more on like lipstick or so, but on skins I usually use like a little bit of orange on skin and a red. Now this is my dark red. What if I would create the red and I'm gonna use the black instead of blue? So from there I have a lot of red, and then I use a little bit of blue while ago, but now instead of the blue I use the black instead. So we'll just have to compare the differences of the colors just by looking at it, okay, in the blending. So what happens here is that if you are not careful with the black, you can actually create very, very dark red. Okay, so that's the difference when you create light gray here from here, and then use that way to create a dark red, because then you know if you needed to adjust your colors in the shadows, right? Now I actually don't know if what else I'm gonna share. I think I would like to share a little bit of brown. Okay, so brown almost like is likely to the gray, or almost something like this. So we're gonna go from here, red, yellow just a little bit, and blue. Okay, so brown consists of red. So if we're gonna look at our skin, brown is consisting of a little bit of red, just a little bit of blue, and it's like a fighting colors between yellow and the red. So now I think I put a lot of blue in there, so I'm gonna put more yellow until we get the right composition of the burnt umber or skin color. So we'll put a little bit of red again. So I think I got the color now, just a little bit more of red. Okay, so we'll see. That's too dark, so that's very, very dark. I'm gonna put more of red. What happens here is when we are mixing is that the colors blend too well and it's too muddy. So remember that when you are painting, always wait for the colors to dry before mixing over and over, right? So now I put a little bit of yellow again just to see if I got the right colors. So I think I almost got it, but it's very, very dark. So now what I can do here is at least to put a little bit of white just to connect it with my own skin color. Okay, I could find my own color skin tone here. You see? So my skin tone is somewhere here. Okay, there you go. So now you can see that this is the way I mixed the brown. It was a little bit of red, yellow, and blue. All right. And the way that I mix the colors here is also the same even in watercolor, right? So in my watercolor, I also have the basic. I have the red, the yellow, blue, black, and white. Okay, so I have this strong white. It's a gouache because my white is not really seen. So if you mix the color the way I am showing you here, you will get almost the same results, and from there you can actually work with your own. So now they are all dry. Now, and here is the palette that we end up to today, and I hope that you've learned so much from this color palette. It's very limited. It's just 5 colors, but You're gonna learn so much in experimenting to mix your own colors, and you will never be afraid whenever your colors run out. So for now, see you again on the next art.
Doubters overnight, and until then you shine bright, cause inside your head, on goes the light. Ignite, play the intuition upon the stars in the night that glisten. To you they listen, to be you instead of wishing. Listen, do your own math and learn from the stuff that you are missing. Create your own path with your own vision.